Well folks, what's happening? Welcome to episode 17 of Mentality Monsters, and today we sit down with actor, comedian, somewhat of a pro boxer. You know all his skits from back in the day. He's probably the biggest person in the comedy scene here in the entire island of Ireland, I would say. This here is the Shane Todd story. Well folks, what's happening? And today we're joined with actor, comedian, somewhat of a pro boxer, a football agent even, Keith Cruz, aka Shane Todd, aka Michael McGoldrick, everything. Mate, again, cheers for coming on. I really fucking appreciate it. You're probably, we said to Mick and spoke about in terms of where we want to be as a podcast and stuff. We're like, right, Shane Todd in a year or two and stuff, and then I go, fuck it, I'll chance my arm, I'll shoot my shot, and you Jimmy Nesbitt with me.
Yeah,
but
it's true.
It is, we moved on from it and we're in a better place now.
Yeah.
So bro, thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, no worries.
The first time I ever saw you was a dark day in Ardon Youth Club with 50 Shankle, 50 Ardon, and
Were you there?
Tim McGarry. I was. Me and him were there. We were in the crowd.
What age are you?
I'm 27.
So you were like the young people?
Aye, we were the young people there. We were the young people there.
Because I talk about that in stand-up, and people think whenever you talk about in stand-up you make up or you exaggerate. That was the worst evening of my life.
Here, I'm not joking, that's a tough crowd to go into. Because everyone thinks, like, we're them wee wankers.
Yeah.
Like, I remember as a wee lad just started shouting up and I was just like, fuck me, this is tight.
Do you know what the problem was? See now, like having kids, being a bit older, I could do that no problem. Like speaking to young people. But it must have been like mid-20s, late 20s. And I was just still am at the weed, like, but I just had no authority. So I just went up and I just kind of, because like, I think what it was is there was like a Q&A. And I expected loads of questions, and I got up and went, as a big substitute teacher energy anyway, like, and I was like, any questions? And everyone just stood there and went, so I went, nah. Alright, cheers lad. Because you don't know how to fill time. Like now I could just fill time talking shit or whatever, but then I just froze. Like,
think back then, was that a learning experience in itself?
Doing stuff like that?
No, I like doing like that there evening was stay away from hard on and check out. Fuck it, cunts. I don't know.
No, it was I tell, like, the way I tell it in stand up is the right way I told it. Just some guy phoned me, he's like, come and do this. I went up to do it. It was me and Tim McGarry, and obviously like they love Tim. So like Tim goes on like Elvis in Vegas. The kids are throwing roses at him, and they were like listening to his story, and everyone loved it, hanging on his every word. And I thought the kids had asked for me. You know, I was like, they've obviously said, who do you want? I go up and do it. And the guy, I'm nearly sure the guy running it, who I still speak to, ran into him a load of times since. He was like, they'll probably not know you, so just go on and tell them who you are. Fuck. So I went on, and I start like, at that time as well, so I have Crohn's disease, and I was probably 6 months out of hospital, and I'd lost loads of weight. Yeah. So it was like a wee weird, I had like a wee sunken face. There's a wee skinny guy, and I remember walking on and being like, I just, the nerves got me, like, because I can do stand up from anybody anywhere, but to give a talk about your career or whatever, plus I haven't done anything.
It's different, it's a different kind of fucking vibe about it.
Skits we knew you from.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it might only be like, yes, I don't think people had any idea who I was, so it was it was a learning experience.
100%. Like I remember, like I don't know who the fuck I was. Like I was going, fuck me, he's bad. You should see the state of my fucking haircut, man. I had like a fucking ace jam too as well. I was going, who the fuck am I agree for it? But that there was a fucking good night as well. That was excellent. I actually Kieran Nolan might have been there. Kieran Nolan might have been there as well, because we all love pulling moves.
Do you know Joe Gormley put me off? I'm big Irish League fan, like football obsessive. And it's like, they're like, you're going to be talking to kids, and then all of a sudden Joe Gormley's just standing there in the crowd with the kids. I was like, the fuck's he doing?
Joe's one of our own, like.
He put me off, because I'm starstruck, like. Real, like, genuinely. I still, like, any Irish League player I speak to,
Did you watch that our match on Saturday?
Yeah, I was on a stag do, just got back yesterday, and I got a bar had to go and grease some palms and get it on.
There was a fire stick, mate, fire on.
Yeah, but they stuck it on in an Irish bar for us, and it was great. Like,
unreal. So, bro, we'll just start off really where you came from, growing up, and what were you like as a kid?
So I'm from Holywood. Growing up, my memories of growing up were just playing football all day, every day. Especially like my enthusiasm outweighed my ability. I'm alright. Like it's
just running up and down the wing.
I'm handy, but like not to like an Irish league level or anything like that. But I loved it. My family come from a place called White City in Hollywood, which is there is one council estate, believe it or not, in Hollywood. But it's nice, like what a swimming pool and all. But that's where my family are from. I grew up in between. It's called Knocknagunny and Hollywood, so like back in Hollywood. Yes, near there.
Oh, big Tesco.
Near there, big Tesco's.
It's good Tesco.
You used to work there?
Oh, I hate security on it.
Oh yeah. When that was built, it was the greatest moment of my life.
Yeah, understandable, man. It's like a day trip out. It's like you plan it, you're itinerant down the
Starting off, we go to Barry, he's like, stop up like that. That's Tesco. But it's the Tesco.
Like, even if I don't need to go to the toilet, I'll just go and use it anyway.
But no, good. Good childhood. Hated school, all that kind of stuff. Never enjoyed it. Left in 5th year, went to tech. Loved that. That was like the start of me being me, probably.
Yeah.
Just wearing my own clothes.
What did you study?
Media, production and communication.
Fuck yeah.
Filmmaking, all that kind of stuff.
Leave
But like, I was very shy as a kid. Not amongst my mates, but in general I would have been very sort of shy, pretty quiet, unremarkable. Like, you wouldn't have known I was in a room, sort of thing. And yeah, very like when you say you're stand-up, people assume as a kid you were the joker.
Yeah.
But not really. Like, I'd have been quiet enough.
Quite enough. It's mad. It's like, see, I can especially see now just all the stuff you've done back in the day in terms of the skits and stuff. You've done the media stuff as well, like in tech. Was that always something that you were interested in as a young person?
Probably the other side of it, like writing or being an editor or something like that. But I inside I would like when I was at school, I would love to have been in school plays, but I wouldn't have the confidence to say I want to do that, or I was worried about what my mates would say. Actually, looking back on it, they wouldn't have cared. I don't know why I didn't do it, but inside I was desperate to like be in front of the camera or perform or something, but I just didn't have that belief or self-confidence. So,
well, like, when did you start getting that wee bit of confidence and self-belief about you?
Well, then when we started making like short films in tech, when we were probably 16, 17, we had to be in them as well. You had to act in them. So I started doing stuff like that, and I always wanted to do comedy. So that's kind of how it started.
Lethal. As an actor myself, who's featured on a hit like HBO TV series, a BBC drama, 2 BBC dramas actually. I'm an extra, but very professional. Blue Lights and Line of Duty. I bring in H and Line of Duty.
I audition for both of them.
Yeah. Well, here.
You need to get me into something.
I'll put you in contact with my people. People. But have you always, because I know that you've done films, like I seen when I was going through your stuff, so I used to play a fella called David in a film, Battle of the Bone. Is that one of the ones that Johnny Sins is in? Is he in? Johnny Sins? Do you know who Johnny Sins is?
I'm guessing the way you say that, he does porn. Yeah?
I'll show you him later.
Right.
He's a man of all trades. But Battle of the Bones, what's that there? It's
that's when I was going to tech. This guy showed up. He's like, we're making a film around Belfast, 10 grand budget, and because we were students, they wanted us to be assistant camera, trainees, all that kind of stuff. And I, as much as I studied that, I had no skill. I didn't know how to do it. I just acted and stuff. Yeah. I didn't know how to switch a camera on, do any of that. So I was like, yeah, well up for that. And then the guy making it goes, I was 18. He's like, he was directing it, writing it, producing it. He was the lead. He was everything. So he goes, listen, I can't. This is too much. He goes, I don't want to act in it. So I looked vaguely like him. He was older than me, but I looked same like body style though. And he goes, listen, will you just be in it? and I'd never done anything bar short tech films. And I was like, yeah, like no pause. I was like, yes, I'll do that. I had to shave my head for it, and he was like, I'll be your stunt double. I was like, right. And he made it like feature film, and it's about the story of the film. Battle of the Bone is 12th of July, zombies take over Belfast.
Sorry.
Can you just do me a favour and not laugh? We're talking about art, right? So 12th of July, zombies take over Belfast. Protestants, Catholics come together at last. Like I tried to do it on our youth club. To come together at last to defeat zombies, and it is the shittest thing.
Can you still watch it?
Do you know what? It's on YouTube.
Is it actually?
Is it kind of like, do you remember that there James Franco played the guy who goes, I did not do it, I did not.
The artist?
The artist?
Disaster
Like
artist?
that. I like
It's a
that.
disaster artist?
It's exactly like that. With ADR, the whole all the audio was done after the film was made.
Oh, so it's like...
So we're running, everyone's running the whole time through. It's basically, the film is me running right through Belfast. You're always getting chased. But no, I didn't know anything, so like there was no direction. So I'm running and having dialogue with someone, and when we did the dialogue months after the film, nobody went, pretend to be out of breath when you're doing this. So I'm full sprinting over the bridge at the Big Fish, but I'm like it's warm day out there today. Like there's no panting, no anything. It was. But at the time we made it, because I remember the first day we started filming in Belfast, he got loads of extras to be in it, so it always got people's attention when you were out and about. It was in the Irish News and the Telegraph. You know, they're making this film, independent film. We thought it was going to be unreal. We were like, this is, and I was the lead of it. I was like,
compare you here.
I did one as well about the vampires or something down the Guildford.
oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That one as well.
Yeah, but this is like
Did you do this during the day, like running through Belfast and stuff?
And they just close down roads and
Months,
stuff like
yeah.
that there.
Yeah.
They just fucking...
You can just close roads. You don't need like. See if you have two cones. You can close off roads.
That shot quick.
There was like a crane. They were like hiring cranes to shoot on.
So we spoke to some 10 grand on this.
I don't know what the 10 I didn't get paid one penny for it. But I got a few subways out of it. I remember that. Sometimes the catering was
That's
good
a
to get
reasonable
Subway
payment
out of
as
it.
well, like.
But it was. I thought this thing was going to be unreal, like. But the last, his vision for it and the reality was totally different. Because the last day, we're being overrun by the zombies, and I'm standing in May Street Church, top of the steps, at May Street Church in the city centre, and there's like a main zombie, and I'm the main guy. So there's just a moment where I look at him and he looks at me, and you're like, oh shit, it's on. And he goes to me. There was no like, you wouldn't get sent a script the day before. You would just show up and it would be like,
fuck.
Here's what's happened. And I don't have any experience. I was brutal, so I didn't know what I was doing. And he goes, a May Street Church, about 100 extras, all zombies, plus loads of, you do anything in Belfast with a camera, everybody's watching.
100%.
He goes to me, right, see what we're going to do, this is like the main end of the film, this is the key scene. They're going to throw you two flags, right, obviously a Union Jack and a tricolour. They're going to, the people who are fighting the zombies are going to throw you two flags, you catch them, and then he goes, you're going to impale the zombie. I was like, fuck, that sounds unreal. He goes, see when you catch him at the top of the steps and the zombies at the bottom of the steps, he goes, just do a flip and then land them in his chest. And I said, what are you gonna do? I said, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do that after? And he goes, no, just do a flip. I said, I don't flip. I don't flip. And he goes, give it a go. Down these steps? He goes, yeah, if you could give it a go, just like a somersault. And you know, I don't know if you've ever seen that episode of Mr. Bean where he goes to go off the diving board.
I was
Stand on the top of the diving board. That was me. I was like, what the fuck am I doing in my life? I was like, I can't do it. So he goes, we'll fake it. So I had to do like the start of a jump, stand on the toes and go lift off the ground a bit. And then he does it. It's this scene, I think it shows me about to jump and then it cuts away to something. And I think you hear, and and then it comes back and I'm landing, and then I jumped off the bottom step, and we did a premiere. This guy booked a premiere at the cinema at the Odyssey.
The Odyssey?
And it was packed.
The Odyssey? You meant all that.
Under the lights, man.
And that was the first time I saw it.
That was kind of your Arya Stark moment in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like you killed the Night King. Yeah. With a tricolour and a Union Jack.
Game of Thrones struck for us. I sat in the front row at the premiere, and there was about 300 people behind me.
You just like that.
Did your family and all come?
I was like,
yeah.
No. Is this fella still directing?
Don't think so. No, don't think so.
I actually heard he done Napoleon.
Yeah.
He's done Napoleon, no fuck's sake.
But it was terrible.
But
I'm glad I did it.
It's experience, like.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I think all good, everything is an experience, like it's a lesson or a blessing in itself. Yes. Did that give you kind of like a taste for show business? Or was it a bad taste of show business?
No, it's sort of both. It made me want to do more. It was like, I like doing some of this.
Yeah.
But then it did put me off as well, because I was like, I don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah. Front flip every
Yeah. I don't. So, yeah, a bit of both, but like, I knew I just wanted to do stand-up.
So when did stand-up actually come into play? Because when I was looking through your like information, and you've got one of them videography things where it's like it says all the stuff you've been in and stuff like that there. I was going, fuck, I actually didn't know that he was in all these here. And then when did stand-up actually come in?
That was the first thing I did.
Serious, was it?
Yeah, when I was 18.
18?
Just before we shot that film, I started doing stand-up, so yeah, I was 18.
Where was that? Like, where did you do? Did you go to one of them like comedy clubs, or?
It was Black Box. We were on the comedy night, and there was like 4 of us on. I had 10 minutes, and it was a disaster.
Disaster?
Yeah, but I loved it.
Lethal.
I like being out of my comfort zone, and I can appreciate it when something doesn't work out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing something and it's going terribly, in a way I enjoy it, because it's sort of a thing of growing up of if you give it out, you have to be able to take
100%,
it.
yeah.
So I can appreciate if I do a gig and it goes terrible, in a way I can. It doesn't. It's different if it's a tour show because people pay to come and see you. I'd feel really bad about that. But if you're just doing a comedy club and you're trying new bits and it doesn't work,
you never hear any comedian though having a good first gig. Like,
no,
it's fine.
No.
The person I've heard of was Tommy McCarthy.
It's probably the only person.
Yeah.
Everybody you hear like said listen to yourself podcasts and Caine's and all.
Yeah.
Most of the time the first gig they'd be like,
it's a shit show.
Well, it takes as well when you start at that age, you don't know yourself like as a person.
That's true.
What was your kind of style when you were going into it? Was it like stories? Like
stories, deprecating stuff, and that's always been the way. Like I love taking the piss out of myself and having the piss taken out of me. So a bit of that kind of stuff. But when you start that young at that age, you're just almost doing an impression of the comedians you like.
Yeah. And who was your like idols?
I was going to say Richard Pryor. I wasn't trying to do 18-year-old me wasn't trying to do a Richard Pryor impression.
That's
but yeah. But I just watched any stand-up that was on. I'd watch it. No one specifically, but I just watch all of it.
Who would have been your favourite around that time?
Richard Pryor, all Def Jam. Def Jam. Def Jam. Eddie Murphy. All of that. Not really UK type comics as much.
You should have tried to do like an impression of Eddie Murphy, like just like go in dressed up,
just all the leather gear,
just that
for 5 minutes. Yeah.
And have you always looked this young?
Oh well, when I was 18 and started, I probably looked 13. That's why I got away with so much, because audiences felt bad, you know. How do what?
How did you get in the black box?
Yeah, no, did you get in? Yeah, no, I've always looked, but I think that goes in my favour.
You should have got someone to say, this young lad here is coming on Make-A-Wish.
Tommy McCarthy did that. Do you remember this?
I see that one with Jimmy Nesbitt.
So
yes,
he goes, Nesbitt was on stage and I was a surprise guest, and Tommy goes, I said, what time do you need me there for? I have 2 young kids, so I'm always about what's the latest I can leave the house, sort of thing. You know? He gave me, he's like, show starts at 8 o'clock. I was like, brilliant, I'll be there at 8. And I was to be a surprise guest, go on and then just go home. And I'm on my way there. I said, where will I sneak into? And he goes, we don't need you till about 9:30. Straight down the butcher, sat in Tim Hortons raging, right? And I get there. It was a surprise for Jimmy Nesbitt. They were like, go on and confront them. So I dress up in like my full boxing gear from last year's charity fight.
Is that the
Sugar Shane Todd tracksuit. I've got my medal around my neck from a victory, 1-0, and I'm hyped up and good to go. And Tommy goes, "We're gonna say you're here as like a wee kid. You know, you're a wee kid, and we're doing you a big favour, and you want to meet Jimmy Nesbitt." I was like, "Sounds good." And backstage, ready to go. Tommy goes, "This wee fella here, he's got Crohn's disease, and he's here for Make-A-Wish. He doesn't have long left." And I'm backstage go, "All right, Tommy, mate." You know, talking about selling the bit, he's selling it. And he goes, "We're going to bring him out. He really wants to meet Jimmy." He basically went, "It's a dying wish to meet Jimmy." I was like, "For fuck's sake." See, when I walk out, you can tell because Nesbitt had a few pints, and because I look so young, he's like, "Fuck, this kid's big, like a big 6-foot kid." And it was brilliant. I then started talking about the gear I was wearing and all, and Nesbitt just he's like, "No, talk about some now."
You see,
So I sat there like a dick in this full boxing tracksuit.
Everybody, he's like a couple of mates we would have met him, and every one of them was met him.
When he's stealing?
Away from him and all, it's weird. And every time people meet him, he's just willing to drink.
Oh man! I think when you do probably when you listen, I'm talking like an actor. When I did Battle of the Bone, I found that someone like him doing those dramatic roles, you probably like film for months and months and live like a monk, and you're in the role, and then you let off steam when you're home, and that's when people see you out and about. You know what I mean? So you probably get an unfair reputation.
For his missus' anniversary, and they put up like a Snapchat at like 6 in the morning. It's just a freak sitting in the residence spot.
Can I tell you something? I had a meeting in the Merchant a couple of weeks ago. I hate meeting anywhere fancy. You know, if you meet someone like a TV producer or whatever,
it's very formal and it's very fucking...
Just do a Nero or something like that. But he goes, Merchant, he goes, "Do you want some meat?" I was starving. See the chips in the Merchant? Those chips are tasting better.
Nice.
Just gold plated.
You know what I'm talking about?
We were at his brother's wedding there, and they did Zilla wings as well, see? And he did chips and pizza for like a late night snack.
Fuck me, that's...
It was nice.
Give me your...
It was very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice, but...
Next wedding, you invite me. Invite me to the next one. Can you remember the first time one of your videos on YouTube actually started to take off and started to get a bit of hype about it?
I remember I used to watch the video count of views. I used to refresh the page. Constantly.
I'm constantly at that now myself as well.
Yeah?
Just constantly,
I used to do it at the start, like, but now it's like... It seems to be
just to see the fucking build up.
Yeah. But it was probably the amount of people who would comment on it and all that. I do remember sitting in my dad's house editing the first Mike McGoldrick clips and putting them out.
Here they're fucking filters.
And once you got over 50 retweets or something, it was like, oh shit, like wild.
The N-word is probably the best one. The Nuri one. He's just too. He's like, yeah.
What a perfect clip. But yeah, I remember putting those out. But you would, I remember it would take ages to process a video, and you would say like on Twitter, you'd be like, "It's coming, video's coming," and it'd be like 49%. You're like, "Come on, let's go here." I remember the feeling of people being like, "Where is it?" And I felt that excitement of like, I'm about to like drop this video. But I don't remember which one caught on first. I just remember
just started like taking off.
It just started taking off.
Because I remember seeing them myself. One of my favourite ones actually is, did you ever see when Northern Ireland and the Republic got through and you done like the wee song?
Yes.
For the Euros?
Yeah.
And it was fucking class. Like that's probably one of my favourite
That was
videos.
the best because I got to mix football with comedy. So BBC just had a budget to do comedy stuff around the Euros.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the dream.
That is the dream.
It was brilliant. Got to go to one of the games and that was
Which game did you go to?
Northern Ireland, Ukraine.
Fucking the 1-2 as well.
Unreal.
Fuck yeah, I'd say that's some of us.
Then I went back out to see Wales in the Northern Ireland Wales in the knockout. And it was shit.
Unlucky out there.
Went by myself too.
Did you?
Yeah, some guy tweeted me and went, you sort of get photos with some people around the match and all that, and some guys like saw at Shane Todd at the match by himself. Like what? No mates question mark? I was like, I actually don't.
That's true.
That is.
That's true.
Because that's unreal if you go there and they win.
I hear
You
that.
wouldn't have taken that
But
up.
when you're just down their back, crying outside the roof.
When did BBC started taking interest in you to do stuff?
Pretty early, but it was me knocking on the door there for years.
Years.
Yeah. I said the first time I watched the Blame game, I'd done one gig, and I emailed the guy who produces it, and went, I do stand up now. My name's Shane Todd. I'd love to be on the show. And he actually replied, which was really dead on, and was like,
Blame Game's such a show too as well.
yeah, but he was like, you know, everyone who's done this has been doing it for years,
Yeah.
sort of thing. He's like, I'll come and see you do a gig sometime, and I still would be in touch with him, but I didn't know how it worked. I was like, do you just say you want to do it, and then they book you to go and do it? So for years I was banging the door there. I did bits and pieces, but I was never really in.
Yeah,
Ever like.
I mean, same with him. So, see, when you were still doing your comedy in the early days, and then you're kind of dabbling in the arts, the performing arts.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to any auditions for anything?
Loads.
Loads. What?
Everything.
Serious? Did you ever do like Game of Thrones or anything? Or?
You have a harp tap there, right? We did a audition for a harp band, and it was in the Europa, and me and my mate Dave did it, and it was basically like a TV ad, so it was going to be like great money. And this is the early days of stand up, and you were living like gig to gig.
Yeah.
Like you would
Still in Hollywood at the time?
still in Hollywood at the time, but struggling to put petrol in their car to get to a show, and putting a $5 of petrol in just to
Yeah.
and the money and the stand-up scene then was terrible. Like there was hardly any gigs. So this harp ad was, say it was $2,000 or something. It was like crazy money.
100%.
So me and my mate Dave go, and they wanted you to audition in pairs, and we're best mates. So I was like, this will be great. Like we've got this. And there was no dialogue. So you were playing to technicians working for a harp, like scientists. And what you had to do was walk around the cathedral quarter with carrying pints of harp. So we get there, and there's like a team of casting directors, like 12 of them, and they're all like, you know, looking down their glasses at you. Me and Dave go in, introduce yourselves.
Is this Big Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Elliott. So we go in, and they were like, right, so the scene is you're walking through Cathedral Quarter, you're both carrying 2 pints of harp each, and we just want you guys to walk about and see what you look like on camera and see what the dynamic is. And we're like, sweet. And I was like, do you want to, will we just grab the pints here? And they were like, oh, we don't actually have pints of harp here, so if you can just sort of pretend that you have pints of harp. And I think I went under a breath. I was like, we're in a bar, but I can see pints out that people, you know, we could. All right, so they go, just pretend you're miming pints. So me and Dave walk about, and I was like, they've asked us here because we're comedians, so let's just have a laugh with it. So we're walking about this room with these pints, and I struggle to take things seriously, whatever it is. So we start getting a wee bit of a fit of the giggles, and we're like, they'll love this shit. They'll see the chemistry between us. They'll go, they're best friends in real life as well. So we're walking about with these pints, and they're like, you know, could you walk to the end of the room and then turn around with the pints? We're like, yep, no worries, carrying these pints. And then after like 5 minutes they went, and you could tell they weren't into what we were doing. And the guy was like, yep, that's all, thanks very much. And me and Dave went back up with the fake pints, and I went, sorry, I think I spilled a wee bit of one of those. And we set them back like that. And we thought that'll guarantee us the role. And the guy went,
picture you two, like,
I'll be a fucking belter.
the guy went, thanks very much.
Who
We'll be in touch. Mickey got a role, I think that wasn't that, but I have no idea. I didn't know the guys, but I remember when Mickey Bartlett got that.
Somebody, was he the angel role that time with the harp band?
Was he what?
Was he the angel role that time with the harp band?
He wasn't the angel. He was like the assistant or something.
Who else? Was it Frampton did a harp as well for a while?
Yeah, years later. But when Mickey got that, it was when anyone got anything back then like that. We were talking thousands of pounds instead of hundreds. It was, you just couldn't believe it.
And now
That's it. I know. It's
obviously starting the comedy scene back up over here. Like before, using all I knew of was Tim McGarry and
Yeah.
probably Kieran.
I've seen it all throughout the years.
You've seen the rise, like everyone seems to be doing it as well.
I'll be
Like,
there for the fall of it. I'll be here for the fall, like a cockroach.
People go to comedy gigs now, and there's probably music. That's what's mad about it.
Oh, but when I was coming up, the local music scene was the main scene.
Yeah.
You know, you had
that's
brilliant
just
bands. Like, remember when Two Door Cinema Club were sort of starting up, General Fiasco, and we would know all the bands, and they knew us, but they were like, we were doing 1% of what they were doing, and now it's kind of flipped a bit.
Like realistically, people here doing arenas now is probably like picture us and like local ones.
Yeah.
The crew probably wouldn't even do arena show.
No.
Like, it's more like picture this and everybody else
But
is
it's-
Man,
across the water.
it's fucking like see the music scene and the comedy scene here is probably the best in the UK.
Yeah, comedy scene.
Comedy's definitely, like, I would say, I was actually listening to a podcast the other day and it says between Liverpool and here, it'll be a toss up.
I think pound for pound's best in the world.
What's that
Here,
though?
yeah.
Oh, here. See,
Comics are a bit.
it's your fucking
Oh, there.
see your crowd. You can see the chemistry in that crowd, and you just
Yeah.
all bounce off each other and all. Like, your way that William is a fucking gig.
I think the key to it is as well, for being such a good scene, everybody is friends. Everybody's
As I
friends.
say, you like seeing each other do well. You just don't, like, you get people. There's some places that are a bit toxic. They're like, yeah, I don't want that.
Like London apparently is very like that.
Yeah, I would
but
say so.
Belfast, Liverpool, Glasgow, working class cities,
It's just
everyone
together.
just supports each other. Yeah,
And it works out better for
it's all collaborative. You know, you come on my podcast, I'll go on yours.
It's good though.
I'll support. You know, you would get probably comics who wouldn't do a gig for their friend. You know, if their mates doing a tour show, they wouldn't go on first to do 10 minutes and see that as a bit of a step down. But it's
Serious?
You serious?
yeah.
What was it like with Kevin Hart?
Weird, but great.
Oh, I'd
It's
say.
brilliant.
500 quid for 2 tickets. Last minute.
For Limelight or SSE?
No SSC. I tried to get Limelight every single night. I was sitting in that thing, then I was sitting, and it says there, it's like, it's Kevin Hart and Shane Todd and Colin Gallus. Like, I'm not going to get to see Kevin Hart again anyway.
Yeah.
Ah,
Cheers. Man.
And I went, it's 250 each, 255 each, and I was like, fuck it, it's going to be on shit.
Fuck yeah.
Them the day before the gig, they released the front row.
Was it for row?
They released the front row tickets.
Oh, right,
I was
shit.
streaming, but they were like 60 quid, and I went and paid 255 for one.
I'm sure if you have it, you have it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
one day. It was one day. Though.
It was, that was one of the best nights.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I went to I went till we tried to get the Dublin ones. Then we had them. They had to sell them because we couldn't get. But I'm glad we went to Belfast.
I didn't have a great one at the Dublin one. So
I heard of it. I heard it in your podcast.
Is the crowd kind of different in Dublin compared
no.
to here? No.
I just was thrown off a bit.
You
it was fine.
introduced them to-
I introduced him at the wrong time and fuck. So my head was a bit gone. And the Belfast one, it was like
The Belfast one was brilliant, mate. You
I
and Colin got as much.
it was one of my
celebration as
favourite
Edmonds.
one of my favourite ones ever.
Is it like a pinch me moment when you're like working with the likes of the, or is it because you're now so established?
No,
you're like,
it's almost that surreal that you don't even really think about it. It's just work. But then after it's done,
Yeah.
only now am I starting to go like, fuck, I was
You
nuts.
did a podcast with Albert and stuff as well.
Yeah,
So it's
Bert and
massive.
Tom, yeah.
Really big, like.
your podcast is fucking so like see the people you get in your podcast, it's
Yeah.
insane. Like I think it's fucking it's
Oh, that's brilliant, like.
see your old one you used to do.
Yeah.
What
Dave?
yeah. What did change like for you to go and do like and branch out and do your just own wee like tea with me?
Well, we did Boytown for years, but so we had a videographer as well called Ben, who Dave still works with. But the three of us, we had no set time. Like now, Tea with me, we're like Fridays our day.
Yeah.
Every Friday's blocked out. But we would just at the start of a week be being like, what night can you do? What night can you do? Dave and I think, had just had our first kids. I was playing football. We were gigging. He was living in Bangor. Videographer's living somewhere else. I'm living somewhere else. So it was a stress to just pick a night and be there.
Energy.
So it just fizzled out a bit, and then COVID at the very start we were doing them on Zoom, and it just wasn't.
Isn't that the same vibe? Because I'm gonna try
No.
to branch out to Zoom because I'm away, and I was just like,
I think because we'd started in studio and then moved to
Yeah.
that, it was tough. But yeah, it was good that it wasn't like one of us saying we should stop doing this. We both went,
Nah,
no
it's
more.
yeah,
Done it for a few
100%.
years, loved it, but yeah, we had both started our own already
Yeah.
on the side, but so it just made sense to then
I
go
know
to
Mysteries,
our
like Mysteries Pie.
that's great crack.
I enjoy it. I don't know why. I see even that. You're listening to the rest of history.
Yeah,
I listen to them as
yeah,
well. Like, they're entertaining as well. I think it's different when you have like
yes.
talking about history, but they're having a laugh about it. Let's
Yeah.
listen to it.
Yeah.
Actually pick up stuff.
And I love doing anything with Kieran's brilliant. Like,
Oh,
Kieran's
he's,
great.
he's a laugh. That's what you were saying.
He's an absolute hoot.
I love just the way he's just who he is. Like,
Yeah.
you know the podcast and all.
Yes.
Talk about balls for like 6-7 minutes straight.
Yeah,
Did you ever see the one where Tommy McCarthy's being asked the Space Boy, Smick and Hippie, and it's all the comedians,
oh yes,
and he's like,
yes.
Kieran's a hybrid.
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
Smith,
yeah.
but because he plays music, he's a hippie. So,
Was I a Spice Boy?
and you were a space boy.
Probably hippie at heart, like.
Kieran Franco was a hippie.
Oh, for sure.
Kieran Franco does look like a bit of a hippie.
Yeah.
He's got that. He could 100% pass for 80s Belfast.
Yes.
Oh,
That's a style,
yeah.
yeah.
Is he
He's
from
got
West?
North?
North.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
North.
I'm guessing.
Barley?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know. I thought he was
I
from.
think he's like.
There is no
in
real
around.
comedians from North Belfast. Can you think about except for Tim McGarry
There's a great
We're-
new wave of comedians coming through.
from North?
No, just in general, like he's part of it, you know.
I was going to ask it in the quickfire questions, but I'll ask it now just while we're on it. Who is your up and coming comedian to watch out for? Not to ruffle any feathers.
Jasmine Sierra.
Jasmine Sierra.
Do you know Jasmine?
Nah.
Have you seen her? She's from America. She moved over here a couple of years ago.
Oh,
And
fair play to her.
she is.
She on the run?
Yeah, she's doing the boxing with us. So I properly got to know her like that, and she's great. She's really good. Tommy just headlined his first show. Tommy's doing really well. And there's a guy I could pick 10 people, but there's a guy called Cahir O'Hagan who did we did a charity show in Limelight 2 weeks ago. I'd never gigged him, but William was like, I throw him on, and he had the best set of the night.
Serious?
He's
easy.
a couple of times.
Best set of the night.
He's always on Instagram and you're on like the Discover page.
Right. But there's loads of them. Like.
See, your girl Jasmine is she training with Sean McComb as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw her on Mickey Part. Who put it up?
She's
on
part
the
of
story?
she's part of our stable.
Andrew, I think.
It's your show coming. Who's the other teams?
It was Tyrone, but now Tyrone's
Back in.
back in the game,
He's
so
in here on Sunday,
so I don't give a fuck who's training there. They're not my dude.
Tommy will probably overtake it now.
Yeah.
Do you take it dead serious now?
Yeah. Everybody
You have
does.
to, mate. It's
Everybody does, but say they don't.
you're in the
Of
pub.
course.
You have to. Take it
Yeah.
serious. You can't go in. And
Like I was on a stag there, and I was training. Like,
Serious?
You
yeah. I don't really drink, like so it's
Yeah.
easy enough. But
He runs it on the beach. No.
oh, yeah. Yeah. Everyone
Headphones on, Rocky on.
Everyone's taking it seriously. I love it. Like I wish I had done it years ago. The training.
It's just I'd say it's good for you. 100%.
No body fat.
No bad. The speed, man. The fucking speed.
Sean taking it
So it's
serious.
rare. It's rare you have the speed and the power. But what is it?
Sean taking it serious.
Sean Haggerty? I don't care.
The Paddy one's the funniest one. Like,
It's going to be
I'm
great.
taking it serious. I'm under.
Sean will 100. Sean will be really fit. Plus he's bigger than me.
There's a couple of them have boxing pass though, isn't there?
Yes, I think he's done like 4.
Do
Do you have a boxing pass?
No.
No.
Not Andrew Ryan, that thing. He actually used to train martial arts.
Andrew?
I know the fella he's fighting.
He's done a lot of customer service before, but not. No. Andrew's.
No, not Andrew, the guy from Pure Radio. He's fighting.
Oh,
He's
I
got,
think
like, a
Connor.
pass,
I was chatting to Connor yesterday, doing a bit of training with him, and he did kickboxing when he was younger, but no fights, just
No,
trained.
just
But he's
training.
good.
still
Like,
got a
he's good.
combat sport behind him, like.
He's good.
You don't lose it.
But everyone's taking it seriously. Like.
See, when you were starting to take off in comedy, was there a specific gig that made you realise, fuck yeah, I'm going places, or
I think the first time I did the
making moves?
Empire.
The Empire?
Yeah.
The Empire's good.
Because it was like
The
my
Empire.
4th gig, and back then it was packed out the door, and Jason Byrne headlined, and I did 7 minutes. I think it was 19 or something at this point, and I did okay. I got a few laughs. I didn't kill it, but being up there, it was like I thought I could get better at this. You know, I had the ability to be better at this.
100%.
Just even competent. You know.
Got you now.
Yeah.
The biggest ones.
Yeah, but I think that was a point where I went, even just getting up here is 3/4 of the battle. So I just need to
Just like
learn.
keep going.
You find a big
And-
difference when you're in like a small crowd, not a small crowd, but like say Lavery's
Yeah.
SSE is there a quite difference.
Yeah, different
Like the other
skills.
teams,
Yeah. Yep.
I'd say it'd be more intimidating. Now, this is just me talking shit, but in the likes of them small arenas where it's
Can be.
very, it's like, see, hear footballers say them smaller pitches where the crowd's on top
Yeah,
of you.
yeah.
It's fucking like, is really like a lot of pressure where like in a big stadium they're a bit away from you and stuff. What would be more challenging for yourself?
I love smaller shows, but the small, like when the big one goes bad, it's harder to control it.
Yeah.
When the small one's going bad, you can see them, they're close, you can pull it back round. So there's more pressure on the bigger one, but I prefer smaller shows like
What would be your worst gig
ever.
Never.
There's so many.
Hard on youth club.
No. There's so many.
Or what's the gig you've learnt the most about yourself from? Is there one that you've started off bad, you pulled it back?
There was a gig in Lauren that did.
God bless you.
Maybe
Tough crowd, you know.
I was maybe 21, something like that. It was in some bar, terrible layout of a room, and I had got a reputation before that as like, he doesn't like it when it's rowdy. You know, people would have been like, oh fuck, you're not gonna like this. I remember someone saying that about a gig just before this. They went, I was like, how was that gig? And they were like, oh, it was really rowdy, you'd have hated it. So I was conscious that like, I need to change that. You know, I didn't like, because I was so young and looked so young.
Yeah.
It was tough for me to tell an audience shut up and get them back.
Yeah, fuck up.
So at that gig, Colin Geddes was on last. It was like billed as like an I Am Fighter thing. So he was going on last, and I was on just before him. And then there was an MC, but nobody was listening to anybody the whole night. They were just talking amongst themselves. And I went on and started going away from the set for the first time ever. You know, picking on a few people. Hey, you know, doing this and that, slagging people, and it just slowly everyone started to turn around, and then I just did no material. I was just talking to people in the audience,
Scraping people
and
out.
it was kill. Now, say I was to do 15 minutes, I was maybe just did 10, but when they were really up for it, I just brought Colin on instead of going back to the MC, which could be sometimes really bad etiquette, but I felt like that was the best thing to do, to give him the best chance to have the best set.
100%.
And he had a great set, and it ended up being a great night. So once I did that, I went, right, that's a different skill I can work on that as well. So if I can do the material, do the stories, but then be able to just talk to people in and around that'll be a way better overall thing.
And could you see your confidence slowly raising each and every time?
Yeah.
Do you ever get kind of embarrassed? Because I know, like, people in Northern Ireland especially, it's easier to get a bit of criticism than it is to get a bit of praise.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like if someone goes, oh yeah, that was class, like, how do you feel? Do you feel proud, or do you feel like, oh, fuck, cheers?
No, proud, like, proud, definitely. I'm better at being able to take a compliment. No, you used to just, you'd be embarrassed, but like, you just say thanks very much,
Like a Northern Ireland thing, you might say.
Yeah.
When you have a head of hair like that, you have to be able to take a good compliment.
Exactly.
And you must have a good skincare routine.
Oh, of course I do. Of course I do.
I'm not joking. Every day my hairline is just going back a wee centimetre.
Oh yeah, tell Turkey text me the other day. Yes, 20% off.
20% off?
Of our transplant.
He texts you or you text him?
I text him.
You know what's bad when they're texting you going, big man, come to me.
Like the form, it's 20% off to August.
I don't like the sound of that. There's a discount on it.
It's the people who did like it's now her time. Those sort of like the biggest clinic in Istanbul.
Yeah.
What pisses me off is one of our mates got it done. And he started losing again.
Is it not good?
No, it's good, but he's losing it again. Like,
here's the thing. See, 2 in shape guys like yourselves, pick it.
yeah, fuck that. I look crazy now.
See, you've got
See
the
when
head
the
for it.
camera goes off.
Yeah.
See, once you see this hairline, you can't unsee it.
No, I see it. But
It's a McDonald's head, man. It's
no, you both have nice heads.
Don't suit ball.
See, when I done Game of Thrones, I was one of the Unsullied. So the shit, like I'd never shaved my head at all, never done anything. So he goes right here, you need to shave your head because you're supposed to be bald. I goes, oh yes, no barf, like far away love. Shave my head and my hairline
Was
started.
that the first time you saw it?
The first time I ever saw it, went back to there and I goes, she was just going like that and I was going, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god. I was like, my life has changed. Like, see, for 3 weeks after, I goes, I'm bald. I'm not coming back to
You
this.
were captain, great.
Fuck
It's such a good boost. See, when I see people I used to go to school with and they're fully bald, I love it. I love it.
Go grey and go bald.
I am going grey, but I'm okay with that.
Silver fox though,
Just a
you can
couple, just a
pull it
couple
off.
of wee bits at the side. I'm okay with
You look
that.
like Will Grey.
Yeah, hopefully just look like.
Have
Did you see the video of him? They put he was coming out of a freezer, all like fake ice over him, you know, for the start of the season, for the start of summer season, and he's coming out, and loads of the comments were like, put bricks on top of a freezer and close it again. Just like die.
Yeah, he gets some abuse, like, but
Serious grief.
apparently he does a lot of raiding, like, of people that shouldn't be his age. But
Yeah,
but here,
yeah.
and Wayne, you far away, big man. If Gary Lineker's your bro and you're getting like free walkers,
Yeah.
who the fuck am I to say? See, during all this time you're doing your stand up, was there ever a time that you actually had to go in and do like a normal kind of job, like a 9 to 5 job, like?
Oh yeah, I didn't go full time until 8 years ago.
8 years?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, so that's still quite recent.
Well, considering I've been
It's-
doing stand up for 17 years or 18 years.
Yeah, it's still quite recent.
Yeah, fuck yeah, when I was first doing it, I was a dishwasher. I was going to textile, but I would just work in a restaurant. And then I had a summer job working, like doing admin for a magazine. And then I worked in a call centre for a few years. Hated it. Hated it.
But they're just chaos from start to finish. It's
But I'd have worked, say, 9 until 4, going to Galway to do an open mic show for no money, straight back, working 9, and it got to the point where I had to make a call. But when I quit my job, it wasn't because I had all this work on. It was just like I need to be in a position where I could take work.
yeah.
So I was like, I'll give it. I saved up. I was like, I'll do 6 months. And I'm very like, my parents would be good if I needed 50 quid, I could go and borrow it.
Go into the fund
But-
and take it out.
But I would hate that. I would hate to ask. So I was like, if I'm doing this, I'm not going to ask for
Just do it
anything.
yourself.
Just
Give it.
you gotta respect that there.
Probably had enough for 6 months.
It does humble you though.
Yeah. But like during that 6 months, I was very close to.
Checking it in.
I was going to go back to the restaurant job because it was like those hours, if I can get daytime work, would be okay to let me go gig at night. And then one BBC thing came in or something that let me have a bit of breathing space. And then that just kept going. But it was always for the first years, it was just enough to just.
Like to get by.
Yes.
And would you have done much drinking, or would you have went on like
Yeah,
much lads holidays and stuff like
Yeah.
that there? Aye.
yeah.
I'd
Back
say
in the day, but like,
chaos, Shane Todd.
never chaos for me, but I realised like I probably didn't love drinking.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I think I'm just doing this because everybody is.
If you can get that feels now.
I don't enjoy it anymore. It knocks you back, especially like I was out there on Saturday for the Clinville match.
Yes.
And I'm not joking. See, when Mick came in here on Monday, I actually felt like I wanted like to die.
Yeah.
I was going to myself, fuck this here. Like I was going, why would I even knock myself? Like I feel great now, but you go to
On
yourself.
that stag, I was having 2 or 3 during the day, 2 or 3 at night. It's perfect for me. That's
just a bit of socialising.
Yes.
There we go. It's just fucking.
What's your drink of choice?
Cider.
Cider.
Yeah.
Cider, man.
Cider.
I cut the stomach of you.
No?
No.
Oh, the Orchard Thieves.
We Orchard Thieves.
We
Orchard
Orchard
Thieves. 10 out of 10 ice cold.
Yeah.
Can't be the Magners ice cold as well when you're on holiday. Though it's nice when you're on holiday.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a fruit. I go for Copperberg, strawberry and lime.
That's what I was drinking when I was away.
Like it's but see, after like a while, it kind of makes me feel a wee bit tired.
Sickening.
Like I'm just sitting there, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
heavy. You're
Too second.
Really
wee
bad.
bit bloated. Abs are away.
Yeah,
Birds
yeah,
are
yeah.
looking not that fat cunt
Yeah.
there. And just like fuck's
You
sake.
seen Game of Thrones? He's let himself go since Game of Thrones.
Go ahead, Dark.
Oh fuck here. See as well. Actually, fuck. Nah, I can't even say it on camera. I'll say it after because it's a bit of a mad like statement. But see, when you were working in the call centre, was it Concentrics by any chance?
No, it was one where I live. Holywood. We small.
I'd say is that a bit more civilised?
Yeah, okay, it was dead on, it was just bored. But when you hear about concentrics, I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
like-
that's a different
need
word.
to get there. I worked there for 3.5 years, and not joking. There's days it's like see the Wolf of Wall Street when it goes just like to go bust
Yes.
at the very start. It's just and they're all shouting and all. It's just that they're
Last of the
fucking
year.
it's mad stuff you hear.
Left Teletype after 3 months. Teletype was T-Mobile American. They couldn't understand you, and half your conversations you end up calling the yank at dickhead or something.
Oh, so they were calling you?
They made a call centre in Belfast because it's cheaper freight sourcing, and there would have been people from like the deep south, and like I can't understand you, then they would have been threatening you, and like, who the fuck do you think you're
Were
talking?
you calling them or they were calling you?
They're calling us for like support, and they like start briefing you out, and you're like,
Here you do get some grief, like.
Yeah, oh
"Get backwards, calling America from the south."
Yeah.
I ended up
Back with your
fucking.
sister, see you later, hung up.
Should have seen the one that the guy done. I work for Sky, so I was on Sky like ROI down south, and I was fucking sitting talking. There was this person who's
Inbound or outbound?
inbound. And
Right.
oh, here I couldn't do that there. But this girl was saying to me, oh, you're like my skybox is this here, and the wee lad across me was fucking like going like that there to me, and I goes like I just don't do it. And I goes, yeah, I love your skybox is fucked, and she goes, excuse me, and I goes, oh my god, I goes, I love it. I'm so sorry about this. I'm so sorry. She was like, I need to speak to your manager, and I goes, I'll do anything here. Please don't have to speak to my manager. She goes, right, send me a new skybox. Knocked off the 140 quid for the new Sky Plus like HD box, free delivery that works. I sent her a new box, nothing ever came of it. I was like, I feel like contact now. If you ever see us, love, respect.
Yeah,
respect about that.
I used to have to listen back to people's calls, do a wee bit of that kind of stuff, and
We
just
have like a thing called report place. So easy, three people sit in the room, then to check your report, so we're
Yes.
going to report for. And then over 3 minutes to want to ring you, like, yo, why not on call?
Ah, fuck.
But we're next door.
that's a dream job. They
Oh,
have
it is a dream job, but you want to see the roof again? You got a couple of people like scoring up Tom on.
Right,
Like
right.
Chinden on concentric snazzer.
Oh,
So we fell just walked in, chinned them, walked back out.
I think a stressful one there would be HR.
Oh,
all the stuff that because I've heard some mad shit go on in concentric stick, and I ended up getting sacked from concentric. So
What for? Can you say?
You went to Palace.
no, I can't. No, that was a different one. That was First Source. But what the fuck? I wore shorts in. So in First Source, I wore shorts in. I always wore shorts, and they always says, no, you need to wear trousers. But everyone knew that I wore shorts.
Right.
So they sent me home one day and they said, right, like, come back in. I says, right, I'm not coming back in. I'll come in tomorrow. And they put it down as a leave of absence. So they sacked me for it. That was my last one. And then, I actually forget what I done in concentrics. I must have done something.
Right.
Must have done something bad. But yeah, because you don't get sacked from concentrics for football.
No.
He's a
But
lad that gets sacked from
there's
concentric.
nothing better than getting like a job like that there. You get a 4-day suspended, paid.
Unpaid?
Oh, paid. No, like I raked it in. I says, did you ever listen to Patrick Toppin?
Yeah,
DJ?
DJ, yeah.
So he's got that B sharp sign out. So they're all fucking slapping in the group chat. And I read into my manager B sharp's like sign out. And partly was threatening. So I got a 4-day paid suspension for it.
Perfect. You should just text him it every week.
Went out and went on the drink. So the characters like in your skits back in the day, where did they come from?
Real life people. Like a mixture of real life people.
Was it Keith Cruz?
Yeah. Everybody on the sideline, amateur football game. Everybody. Like this manager, that manager, someone dad watching. You just mix them all up, and that's what you get.
They're fucking. The Keith Cruz one is probably my favourite one.
It's
Just
coming back.
is it?
Yeah.
Ah, fucking fantastic.
It's great crack to do, but that's just based on
I
real
enjoyed the
people.
one with the cop one, the one with Paddy McDonald.
Which one?
The ones with Paddy McDonald, the police one.
Oh, the Belfast Blues.
I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, they were good crack.
It's just the way the accent twang is.
Aye.
Is your man Cormac McDermott still in the comedy game, or what does he do?
No, I haven't seen Cormac in ages. I'm really fond of him, like, but I haven't seen him. He did the charity boxing last year. I haven't seen him.
He done the Game of Thrones party, and I thought
Yes,
it was
that's right.
absolute like
That's right.
the Lannister are they're saying like Lannister crown forces are throwing
Yes.
fucking wildfire over the peace wall and all. I was like,
Cormac's genius. Like, I wish he
is-
would do more stuff because he's very funny.
what is? I'd say is he
Probably my age.
your age? But you look so fucking young, so it's
35.
just 35.
35.
I'm 36 soon.
How long do you think? Like, there's no cut off with the comedy game. Do you think that's just you set for life, or what?
Hope so, yeah.
Like, are you going to go into the acting, like an actual?
I would if I could. If I could audition properly, I would. I'd like to do more of it, but stand up always be the main thing. Always.
We could capture Jimmy Nesbitt
Yep.
and hold him ransom.
Oh, don't think
and
I
then
haven't thought about it.
And then we'll get him to get you a gig somewhere.
Don't think I haven't thought about it. Yeah, I'd love to do more acting, but if it happens, great. If not, I just love stand-up. I would hate to, like, I say I want to act, but then if they weren't, oh, do you want to be in this drama we're filming for 8 weeks in Croatia? I'd be like, no.
Nah, I hear you're away from the kids and all.
So I can't. I'm picking and choosing, but I'm at the bottom of the ladder.
If you never if you're anything in Holywood for 2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks too long. Do a week.
I got asked, like, I got sent through a load of things on the extra department for that film Lift, the Kevin Hart one.
Yes.
And then like Dalgleish you call it as well. And I was looking, I was going, right, it's not like a police road, it's not like a military road. I goes, no, I'm okay.
You're right.
I'm picking and choosing
This is
myself.
what I do. Yeah, but why not? Like, why not? I don't want to be in anything I wouldn't be natural at.
Yeah. See, like doing comedy with your mates, did you know any, bar Dave, know any of the likes of Kieran Bartlett or Mickey Bartlett, any of them, before you started to do like comedy?
No. That's how we all met.
That's class, especially with the bonds you all like have now and the chemistry you have. Yeah. Who is your surprise package when like you met them and you thought maybe this guy could be a bit of a dick, but no, he's actually. Is there anyone in that like in the game like that?
Well, you mentioned William earlier, William Thompson. I remember hearing about William. Oh, this guy's really way younger than me when I started this thing. He's really young and he's going to get into it. And he added me on Facebook, and his Facebook profile picture, he was wearing a full Northern Ireland kit with a number 5 on it in a lineup, and I genuinely went, fuck me, this cunt plays for under 21s. I was raging because I like being a comedian and playing football. That's my market. That's me. But I didn't know that's what it was. I genuinely thought, fuck me, he's playing across the water. He's playing for Sunderland, the under 21s. He's going to be unreal. Plus, in the picture, I thought, whatever the wee fella he was standing beside must be 4'3", because Willie has the arm around him like this. I was like, fuck, he's 6'5", plays for the underage teams. He's going to be unreal. We'll play a comedian's football match. He's going to do me in it. He'll meg me. Showed up for his first gig and went, I've got the wrong idea here. I've got the wrong idea.
The tism is strong, this one.
But one of my best mates now. Like.
See the one you done of when you were in Australia and you had him sit on your lap. That is. The guy watched it about 8 times, like just straight back to the start. I was like, boom, that's a fucking belter.
There's everybody's so sound. It's all good people.
What was it like in America?
Who's the best footballer really just?
Fuck yeah, that's a good question.
Had he played for teams before, yeah?
Paddy McDonald.
Oh, fuck, so he did, that's right.
Played when he was younger.
Who did he play for?
He played for, I remember because he said...
Probably Michael Adder or something like that there.
He says about the story of they brought the bus into the army barracks by accident or something.
He's done everything. He's a man of all trades.
Yes.
He is.
I don't know who he played for.
It must have been Malcans or something, there was direction, didn't they? Falls Road.
Probably Mac or something. No, Malcans is North Belfast. Mac. Fuck yeah, but Sir Mac beat Star there too in the Intermediate Cup too.
Yep,
Bastards.
Was it last night?
No. Last week I think it was. But bastards. When they beat like an Ardougne team, you have to fucking rep your district. Even though I'm barred from the fucking Star. Bastards.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm barred for life.
Barred for life?
Yeah, fighting. See, there's 9 of our mates all barred from the Star, so they can't let one in without letting us all in.
Right.
So you're kind of fucked. I text them saying, "Can I get in for a christening?" They were like, "No, you can get in for a funeral only." I'm gonna have to go and fucking.
What if you grew the beard back and shaved it?
They'd be like, you know what I was calling myself to as well, because I was doing Game of Thrones, and this is a self-made nickname. I was calling myself the Cliff, the Mountain's wee brother. I was like, I am the Cliff. Fuck's sake, but it didn't catch on.
I'd love it if you were doing comic calls all around the world.
Just the beard and shit.
You know him? No, I don't.
No, that's the Mountain's wee bro. It's the Cliff. He's a Clegane. But see your gigs in America.
Yeah.
How's like different are they? Because I'm guessing that's a lot of Irish Americans and fucking. Oh my god.
It's everything. It's a big mix. It's Irish people. It's locals. It's Europeans. It's all sorts like.
And do they know you? The people? Or the Americans?
Based on the ones I did, I'd say at those shows, 40% knew me, 60% just were going out for the crack.
Yeah. And is it harder?
Australia would be different now.
I hear, fuck me, every cunt their grannies like over there.
Yeah.
And even your grannies, like out there now, it's fucking mad. Yeah. Did you have good crack in Australia compared to America, or was it two different kind of
I love both. Australia was way bigger shows. Not that necessarily makes it better, but Australia was an easier sell. America was a bit. The venues were, some of them were way too big for my crowd.
Yeah.
So you're a bit like, fuck, this would be great if it was in a room a quarter of the size and stuff. But Australia definitely was brilliant.
Is there any pressure when you're in a room like that that's only like filled fucking a half or anything like that?
It depends what way it's lit. Like if it's very obvious, people can get a bit self-conscious of like, why is this only half filled? But they can light it properly. They can put a curtain halfway up it and all that. So usually you're fine.
What would be the biggest gig you've done to date?
Outside of here or here?
Just both outside of here and then.
Outside of here was Olympia, Dublin, about 1,000 people. Melbourne was about 800. And then here, biggest one was Kevin Hart.
You're doing
What's-
full size though this year, aren't you? Twice.
Yeah.
So is it still at 9,000? Is it? Or sorry,
Just under.
just under 9,000.
Just under.
Yeah.
How do you feel for that?
Good. Because I did it with him, so I felt like I've done the room.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. That you're doing that twice. Like I think
That's
that's
fun.
Yeah.
It's done. Like somebody from here, no problem.
Yeah.
You never hear about anybody doing that.
Yeah.
See, we
Very rare,
like we Dara's doing it as well.
Yes.
We
That's right.
Dara's doing it as well.
It's a rate. It's different. Like
Aye. But here it's class to see, especially because we know that like I used to go to school with Dar.
Right.
And it's fucking, it's class to see because
Lovely
he,
guy.
like he only really started like DJing what 2-3 years ago. Like,
That's right. Yeah, I
and
had
he's
him on the
fucking-
podcast, and he was like, I just started doing it for a
He's
laugh.
funny as fuck, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's a mad bastard.
He's doing great. See his billboard. There's a big billboard.
seen the
The promo
One
videos.
more
class.
road,
It was actually really good for it, aye.
Yeah.
Is that him singing it?
No, I don't
Man, it sounds like I was going, fuck, that's a bit mad. Bro, we'll move on to just a few quick fire questions,
Yes.
if that's alright with you. And then if there's like any other questions which you want to fucking jump in with.
Then I have to go and give Sean McComb a few pointers.
Well, I say lie.
Yeah.
And again, you're unbeaten. He's
I'm 1-0, mate.
3 losses.
Yeah,
so,
1-0, so.
know what I mean? Sorry, Sean. Your best gig, like not the big, like just I'm your best one.
The last Opera House one I did, Saturday night.
Was there a
On the
reason?
run last time. It's just a brilliant room. And the show was electric, like.
Was it people up in the wee fucking things or not?
Oh, aye.
Yeah.
One of the first ones that you did a lot of them.
16.
Yeah, because I remember we went on the first ones. Because we went that, and I think we went to Jake Caine the week after.
Right.
He's funny, man.
I like Jake O'Kane, yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good. He's funny as fuck.
He's fucking mad. He's from the New Lodge as well, isn't he?
Aye.
Yeah. Yeah. New Lodgers, God bless them. Your favourite moment in comedy?
Opening for Kevin Hart at SSC. Definitely.
Your best sparring partner, because you're somewhat of a pro boxer as well.
He's gonna say,
I think the toughest opponent is myself. Well, not that it's even a real spar because he's going 5%. But when you get to do a wee bit with Sean McComb,
That's it.
it's like yesterday. I'm obviously going full pelt, and he's going
5% though.
less than 5%. But I get a great buzz off that.
Yeah.
Me and Paddy
Paddy.
were in Plunkett a couple of weeks ago.
Paddy
That was
used to,
good.
like he's doing doors well and stuff like that there, didn't he? So I'd say he can handle himself quite
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And then there's weight size as well.
Yeah.
We'll throw that there into it. The funniest person in show business,
That I've met.
and you can't choose yourself, or even the funniest person out of your mates, like
Naturally
Like,
funny, Mickey Bartlett.
Mickey Bartlett.
Easy.
He just seems to be like a fucking
Always on.
the aura about
He's
him.
always on.
He actually gave us a follow there on my personal account there, and I was like, fuck, the guy goes, fuck, that's class.
That's the same
Loved it.
podcast the other week when you had him on.
Yeah, we called him from Australia. Mickey's great.
He's a laugh, like.
Would you ever go out to live anywhere? Well, obviously, because
No,
of
I
kids
would
and
never
stuff like
move
that there.
ever.
Ever?
No amount of money, no
Never?
project.
I love this place. Like I actually do.
Fucking good.
No,
No,
have you seen it?
I'd never live anywhere else.
Nah,
Are you still in
Because of
like
kids,
Hollywood
like.
now?
No.
No.
Literally couldn't afford it.
it's so expensive.
Serious?
Expensive, yeah.
I thought you were like cultural, like out there.
Never.
Nah. Are you in Belfast now?
Just outside.
Just
So
outside.
expensive.
Smart,
Dude.
because you're still in the centre, like of everything, and then you're fucking just a wee bit away.
Yeah, no, I'd never leave ever.
I'm doing the opposite, trying to get closer to the airport, then eventually go to fucking.
Do you live in like in the countryside itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do
But
you?
just my kids are under 3, so
You're right then,
why would I move?
Yeah, 100%.
Start them
It's
somewhere
disrupting
You
lives.
bring kids up in the countryside, it's alright, that's when you bring them at a later age.
They don't know how to,
Yeah.
they don't know how to adapt. Yeah.
That's one thing which I wish you asked McCullen, because he says he lived in LA for a while.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask just about schooling and stuff like that there. Like,
Yeah.
Like how would it have worked? Because there's a lot of things go behind it. Like,
Yeah, I
and
wouldn't
that's-
disrupt that at all. Like.
That's the only thing about America, like, as well, it's fucking, there's so much fees for everything.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
free, like.
I've got the visa for there, but it's just so I can go
Nice.
over and
Go
do a wee
over.
trip.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Use your way, small aren't you still?
New York.
Dead
Yeah.
Rabbit.
To the podcast.
You doing one that on Dead Rabbit?
Aye.
Lethal.
That's class.
We're going to try to
trying to
get out there because
December.
It's great.
Mick was saying possibly maybe something next year, some Paddy's Day and stuff, New York. So we're hoping we just head out to that there and
Aye. Yeah.
try and do a bit, because we said to Mick about possibly getting backstage for on the 3rd of August here to like interview a few of the fighters and stuff like that there. That's one thing I've noticed, see, just about everyone here, because we're like we've only started up and we're like this is going to be the 17th episode, and everyone's so helpful.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like,
That's
it's
what
actually,
it should be, though.
That's how I said it. I
So it should be.
Shane Todd for Brothers one.
Yes.
yeah.
He has his class the way he actually like everybody tries to collaborate.
Yeah.
100%.
I'll try. That's the issue. You know, it's so difficult because you want to help everybody do everything. So you do get into Nesbitt territory, you know, where you're like, you have the best of intentions to, I will do this, I'll go do that, but it's tough too. Like,
100%, especially your business, like in terms of comedy and then kids and just life in general.
Yeah.
Who would be the maddest person in comedy?
Nobody's that wild. Especially now, like nobody really drinks. Nobody.
That's what I was actually.
Do you
shocked
mean
at. Like
for
mad?
like getting on it?
Or maddest just in terms of like there's just like you hear about the boxers and they're always doing like pranks on each other and stuff like that there.
Everyone's dull.
Everyone's just chilled out.
Everybody's dull.
That's what Tommy was saying. He's like he went backstage one of the gigs and there was just like a case of water sitting there.
Oh,
and people are like in the zone.
everyone just talks about shoes backstage. New trainers are getting. I've ordered these. That's all it is. Nobody's wild.
The fittest person in comedy. Because you're all at this boxing and all that.
Me or Sean Haggerty.
You're Sean Haggerty.
Yeah.
The toughest crowd. I think. And did we go through the toughest crowd?
He said Lauren.
Lauren.
No, didn't.
No, Lauren was the one that's
Pullback.
the pullback.
And a skill.
In the skeleton.
Why is everybody saying
Bastards.
Lauren now?
It's a myth.
Is it?
Yes.
Most people you hear, like I listen to a couple of comedy
It's a
podcasts,
myth.
and everybody seems to hate
It's brilliant. Last time I did it, last 2 times, brilliant crowd.
because they're funny, like.
People can get in their heads about that. You get that rumour starts, and then you go there. You can't let yourself. You're on edge. You're like, they won't laugh at this. Every crowd's the same.
Is there a lot of that there in the comedy game where like they'll say right, crowds are this,
yes.
crowds are that?
Yes, yeah.
So you're actually I asked you your best up and coming comedian.
Yeah.
Death row meal, 3 courses, drink.
Starter. So I have food allergies, but that's out the window for this because I'm going to die, so I don't mind shitting myself. Starter. Chicken wings.
Where from? That's a choice.
Fuck.
That's probably harder than the question itself.
Buffalo Wild Wings in the Orcs 10 out of 10, like.
I'll go there boneless, right?
Buffalo or barbecue?
Boneless as well.
Barbecue.
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 Buffalo.
Barbecue wings. Main. Cheeseburger from Five Guys. Chips from the merchant.
You're going all out for this.
Red sauce. A fair few onion rings on that as well. Dessert. Chocolate fudge cake. Cream. And honeycomb ice cream from Mott's.
Ah, fuck yeah. That's that's probably one of the best. That's probably the best one we've heard so far.
Yeah.
You have to have dinner with 3 people, dead or alive.
Alive would probably be better crack. Because it'd say my granny, but I would, because she's been dead for years. I'll be horrible at the dinner table. Like, dinner with 3 people. Do you know what? I would go with like old teachers that I liked, and just find out what they're like now and what they're like outside of school. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like 3 old teachers that I had.
Did you like ever have a crazy tech teacher, like tech and design, because they were all alcoholics? Like,
Yes.
all alcoholics.
I didn't know this was outside of my school.
All alcoholics, like they come in, they just tell you to do something, they just go and sit at their desk.
Yes.
Just
swear.
like that.
Big purple nose, just sitting like that.
Yeah.
Fair
Why
play.
is that a thing?
Probably because they had to deal with so much shit. Like someone.
Yeah,
hand
but why
you-
that subject specifically?
I don't know. To get
I got the triple war. I was just saying, they're all like that.
a lot of great tech teachers, like.
I remember one guy kicked the door off the hinges, the teacher, and then he's like, right, your project is you have to put that back on, and we were like, That wasn't set up before. That's a London curriculum. Like, he made it seem like once he did it, he's like, oh, I meant to say.
New project, guys.
Yeah.
Get that fucking door back
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
You're fucked.
Get me back together with my wife. New project, lads. I don't know how a soldering iron's going to fix that, mate, but...
Can you make me a breath in there? I can't pull miles away here, for fuck's sake. Your favourite takeaway?
Chinese salt and chili chicken with chips and honey chili chicken with rice, and then just mix that up. Yeah.
Did you ever see your man Nasty down south? Does all them fucking
Spice bags or what?
Space bags. He does all that fucking shit. He's fucking weird. He does some. He puts like Chinese and Easter egg and all.
I don't like it. I don't like any of that shit. I don't like it.
He has his own kebab and Abra kebab as well. Don't know.
So my algorithm's 90s footballers, and
Mine's the weirdest thing ever.
Right.
You get the Romanians popping up now. Like,
one guy,
Yeah. Every third photo I pop up.
Sajid, and he's just like that.
Then he'd be sitting there.
Leather jacket,
You scroll
Man United
across,
top from 2004.
And there's like this weird music on the
Yeah.
background of it.
Did you ever see them football ones where it says like before Neymar there was like Ronaldinho and
Yes,
it has that wee good song on? You're just sitting there going fuck
Yeah,
yeah, that's unreal.
I
That's
love
what.
it. You see the Sunday League ones? The fucking tackles.
Yes.
Someone just getting absolutely and then you've just got that one wee fleur player that skids about 8 of them and then just
And he's fat. He's always fat. See, at our level of football, the fatter they are, the better they are. Some
hear-
guy's 18 stone. People are like, he'll be shit. He'll be like, he's best footballer in life.
technical. He's like
Stands on the
ball,
centre circle, pings it.
just shielding players off,
Tights on.
throwing his arse a bit.
He used to play.
The most famous person.
Play for Shrewsbury.
The Shrewsbury. Who plays for Shrewsbury now? Is it one of the Winchesters? Is it one?
Yes, Carl.
Carl. Right, this year one. The most famous person in your contacts list.
Tim Dillon.
Tim Dillon.
Obviously not then. Do you want to do Dornan?
Dornan.
Dornan be up there.
What a beautiful. See your obsession with Jamie Conlon. It's my obsession with Jamie Dornan.
With Dornan?
He
It's
is
Jamie's mate. Paddy Barnes.
Paddy Barnes.
Whoa.
Jamie Dornan is. What's the thing with Jamie Conlon?
He's just beautiful man, mate. He's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
Fantastic fella.
McCullen as well. I didn't expect him to actually.
Chris Brunt.
Chris Brunt. Great player. Great servant. You've definitely got Stephen Davis in there, I'd say, as well.
No.
Nah. Fuck here. I'm shocked with that there. No David Healy.
No Healy.
See when it comes to the Irish League,
No big names.
who would you follow?
I swear nobody. It's an obsession for some people. You have to have a team. So growing up in Holywood, there's no obviously there's no team. So also I played every Saturday from when I was 6. So you never had time to go to a match.
Yeah.
So honestly, completely neutral. Like, I would take a lie detector. People were like, you have to be somebody. I'm like, you don't. You can be a neutral Irish League fan.
I think it's just mad, especially because the money in the Irish League and you have to make a living. But see, like if players that go from Glens, Linfield, Clinva, and just go fucking all around. You have to probably, but Joe's probably the best one, which I've heard. Like he's been offered more money elsewhere. And just
came up from amateur leagues, like late to come into the league as well. But I like the Tommy Breslin Cliftonville team probably got me into Irish League football.
Liam Boyce.
Just because for the first time, because you used to watch highlights of it, and it was just hoof all the time. And that team, you started seeing highlights and going, oh, they're playing football like.
100%.
Some serious players in that team. Like
Liam Boyce best. I've never seen an Irish League player like that. Liam Boyce.
Marty Donnelly as well, and then they had young Rory Donnelly as well before he went to Swansea, and they were just fucking. It was the golden generation, like
George
kind
McMullen,
of
player I really
George
like to watch
McMullen,
too.
Barry Johnson, Ryan Kennedy. They were fucking. I hear they were filming.
And I've got to play with all them basically in like charity games, and I love it. Like
You've played against Shopstam, haven't you?
scored against
Did you?
Sheffield.
Yeah.
I'll show you a goal.
I hear. I'd have that.
Give me
there.
eyes.
You see your big man does the Green Castle or the Green Room podcast.
Tony Carroll, yeah.
Yeah, the Scouts one, and he makes Alan Shearer.
That's right.
Oh fuck, you're beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. You look at
Absolutely.
him, you'd be like, here we're in for a field day, lads. He's fucking unbelievable.
He is absolutely. They got theirs, and see, like when he goes, like Shearer goes, you do that again. You can't.
Yeah.
You're fucked. I was like, that's fucking unbelievable. He still has that competitive edge, like in him. The last question here is just your ideal holiday location that you've been to and you haven't been to.
San Diego.
San Diego.
I've been to. One of the best cities in the world. Toronto, San Diego, Copenhagen more. A couple of weeks ago on tour, it was great.
I'd say the people are just really nice. Them Scandinavians.
Yep.
You could be a Scandinavian.
I could, or Polish, or Spanish.
Anything.
Anything. German.
You've got that kind of, you do have that European
Universal
vibe,
face.
Yeah. Like on Football Manager, if they give me like an AI photo, it could be you.
Yes. Yeah. If I said my grand font in World War II, you'd have to be specific as to what side.
Can you go more detailed?
Yeah.
One that you haven't been to, like where's on the bucket list for you?
It's probably overhyped, but people talk about like Mykonos and all those Greek islands. Never been to any Santorini.
Santorini, that's the one with all the white buildings and stuff like that. There,
never
Mamma
been
Mia
to
vibe.
those places, but maybe somewhere like that.
There was a question there which I just like thought of because I said like Mamma Mia. Your favourite film?
Here's the thing with me. See, if I watch a film once, never watch it again.
No way.
Don't.
Never watch it again.
So you've watched Gladiator once?
I was about to say Gladiator might be the only exception. As in, I would never sit down to... Gladiator's probably my favourite film. I'll never sit down to watch Gladiator. But I've seen it, and if it's on, and I flick about and I see it, I'm leaving it on.
It's a lot easier to watch a film, I think, when it's on actual TV than it is to click on the Netflix and watch it.
Yes.
You're just like, oh fuck it, it's there.
It's the old school way.
Yeah.
Something's on TV, it seems better.
Yes.
Adverts, it feels better. I don't know
Yes.
why.
Yes.
Do you boys have any questions?
Oh, well, that was it.
Well, Shane, thank you very much for coming
Cheers,
on, mate.
boys. Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.